I've got my ex-girlfriend's actually coming into town this week, and that's going to be really awkward because the way she broke up with me was by writing on my Facebook wall. Yeah, you think that's bad? It got 35 likes. Horrible, just like a lot of thumbs up. It was very rough. One of them was my mom, which was bad. I don't know, man. We really weren't that similar. She was kind of masculine. She drove a Ray Chevy pickup, which always made me wonder when I became a lesbian. It's true. We actually met through sports. She was a basketball player and I was a cheerleader. I love sports, man. This is actually pretty interesting because do you guys get text messages from club promoters by any chance? Because I'm the idiot who gives his phone number away at the end of the night at a club, which is a horrible decision. But I got this text message from this guy, and he was like, "Yo, come party tonight at Club Cabana with NFL baller Quinn Porter." And I was like, who the fuck is Quinn Porter? Seriously, I'm a huge sports fan. I had no idea who Quinn Porter was. So I went home and I had to Wikipedia Quinn Porter to find out who he was, right? And it turns out he is a pretty big time baller, actually. He plays for the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, on the practice squad. I want to meet this promoter. I want to see what else he's got lined up. It's like, dude, you got to come next week, dude. Check this out, dude. I got Blake Dunn coming down. Who's he? Second string punter at Santa Monica College. Yeah, dude, check it out, dude. I got an after hours party too. It's going to be hosted by Carmela Winters. Who's she? A junior varsity cheerleader at Burbank High School. Yeah, dude, and I got an open bar, dude, sponsored by RC Cola and Shasta. All the soda you can drink, dude. It's pretty awesome. I'm a Venezuelan Jew, which is very bizarre. Who's clapping that? Are you clapping because you're impressed by that, or are you clapping because there's not a lot of Venezuelan Jews out there. There's actually a list on Wikipedia called Notable Venezuelan Jews, and I'm on the list. I'm not that impressive. This is probably the biggest thing I've ever done in my life. Putting the show together. Don't all that. You came to see it, so. My mother's actually Latin, and a lot of things that she says doesn't translate well into English. She saw me in a play where I played a mentally challenged person, and afterwards she was like, "Oh, Michael, that is your thing! Retarded! Michael, you're so good at playing retarded! Michael, it is almost as if you are retarded!" I'm like, "Mom, it's not cool to call them retarded." She's like, "No, Michael, I'm not calling them retarded. I'm calling you retarded." Mom's funny, man. She's kind of cheap. You're laughing because my mom's funny, or because she calls me retarded?
Everything.
No, my mom's kind of cheap. For my birthday dinner, she made me pay. Yeah, I thought it was messed up because we ate at home. Hold on. To be fair to her, though, she recently bought me a car, and I'm not going to lie, it was actually pretty expensive. Yeah, it cost 25 years of child neglect. It's true, the plates read, "My bad." Well, actually, they read, "Lo siento." I'm sorry in Spanish, obviously. My mom, I don't know, are you guys friends with your parents on Facebook? Anybody here? Friends with their parents on Facebook?
Fuck no.
I'm friends with my mom on Facebook mainly because I still need her financial support. And the thing is now is my mom thinks it's okay to tag me in any picture from my life. Regardless of the situation, it's completely fine. There's actually a picture of me on Facebook after having surgery. I'm in in the hospital bed with an IV hanging from me. There's a bedpan next to me. Yeah. There's snot running down my nose, and I'm like, "Mom, you have to take this picture down. It's not very flattering." She's like, "No, Michael, this picture is very flattering. I look amazing in it." So as long as she looks good, that's all that really matters. My mom's actually divorced to my father, and the new guy that she's married to is atheist, which I thought was really weird because when I walked into his house, there were pictures of Jesus everywhere. And I was like, dude, if you're atheist, why are there pictures of Jesus everywhere? He's like, because I'm Mexican. Just come with the house. Speaking of Jesus, my mom's always trying to get me to go to Catholic church. She's always like, Michael! Michael, ven acá, criatura! Which means, the Spanish-speaking person knows exactly what I'm going to say right now. Yeah, it means come here, creature. Yeah. She's like, Michael, you need to go to Catholic church. Go to Catholic church. So I finally went to Catholic church. And I got a little nervous because when I walked in, what's the first thing I see? Dead Jew nailed to a cross. Yeah, that's not cool. Yeah, imagine walking into temple and seeing the Virgin Mary impaled on a Star of David. Right? A little uncomfortable, right? And then they had communion, which I never got. It was like this dude in a bathrobe came up to me. What he was, he's in a bathrobe, come on. He had like a piercing look in his eye, and he was like, he crouched, I don't know why, but he did. The body of Christ. That's a cracker. The rabbi's never given me the bagel of Moses. My last name's Magid, which is, it's actually Magid in the Hebrew. And I always tell people that it's Hebrew unless I'm at a gas station or at a mechanic. In which case it's Magid. They're like, oh, Magid, are you Arab? I'm like, yeah. They're like, why do you have a Star of David around your neck? I'm like, oh, because I stole it from a Jew after I threw rocks at him? And then the guy like stares at me in horror and goes, meet me Friday night. Like I'm coming back to this gas station. My mom thinks it's a good idea for me to get on a Latino dating website. Exactly. Yeah, so I'm like, Mom, it's not going to work out. She's like, well, why not, Michael? You're Latino. I'm like, no, I know, Mom, I'm Latino, but I think the girls on that site are looking for like Enrique Iglesias. You know? Not an explanation. You know? Like, I don't think they want like a 10-minute backstory on how this is Latino. You know? Like, how do I even write these girls like, hola, me llamo Michael Edward Magid. Hold on, let me explain how that's Latino. You see, my dad was a Jewish banker living in Venezuela who went to a modeling show and met my mother, who was a model. And I'm the result of the evening. So I am Latino according to affirmative action, and racists. Racists consider me Latino. I actually dated a girl once that I think was a racist, because when I walked into her house, what did I find? Schindler's List. Yeah. No, not the movie. List. That's pretty racist. I was kind of a dork as a kid. No. Thanks. Seriously, I used to have headgear, leg braces, and glasses. Yeah, I looked like a handicapped transformer. Yeah, they called me Retardatron. My parents called me Retardatron. I actually got switched over from private school to public school, and that was a really tough transition for me, because in private school I used to get wedgies, and in public school I got stabbed. Little bit of a transition there. There was a little bit of a transition there. I never dealt well with disturbing images. I don't know about anybody else here, but this actually happened to me when I was 5 years old. We had to watch a video in kindergarten of Ethiopians during like the famine. And like our teacher, Mrs. Clay, afterwards, she was like, if you guys were scared by what you saw, please tell your parents so they can give money to help these people. And I raised my hand and I went, Mrs. Clay, do you mind if I give my money to the animals instead of the gross-looking people? Mrs. Clay was African American, by the way. And it had nothing to do with the fact of the color of their skin. It had to do with the fact that they were gross-looking people. Okay, those are guys who get offended by that. Somebody got offended by that recently, and they said, that's really offensive. Would you say the same thing if those were Holocaust survivors on the screen? And I said, of course, those are also gross-looking people. Like, the color of their skin doesn't change the fact that those are awful, awful images. That's what I'm trying to say, right?
Hell is hot.
Hell is hot, isn't it? So, I will probably go there, I'm sure, but that's all right. Speaking of hell, my dad is a corporate banker. Yeah. This is actually how my dad leaves me a voicemail. Michael, this is your father, Dr. Bruce R. Magid, PhD. Need to speak to you candidly about a few financial issues. I expect a call within the hour, or I will not be held responsible for the repercussions. Happy birthday. Yes. He was a nice guy, though, man. He sent me to summer camp as a kid, and I loved summer camp, but I never understood it, because you would think that Jews would hate camps. So. Let's see how many Holocaust references I can do in one set, right? A lot of people are going to hell with me. This is good. I like that. No, I love summer camp except mail call, because most of the kids got letters, and I got a fax with a cover sheet. From the office of Dr. Bruce R. Magid, PhD. Regarding camp. Dear son or daughter. Encloses a copy of The Economist for your reading pleasure. All the best. Sarah Lufton, assistant to Dr. Bruce R. Magid. My dad used to do things like help me out for Halloween. He'd dress me for Halloween, which was always kind of weird, you know, because I was the only kid dressed as a PowerPoint presentation. He also helped me out with show and tell, which was always weird, because like most kids had a normal show and tell. They'd be like, this is Mr. Potato Head. His eyes come off. This is a picture of my horse Summer. She's really fast. And I'm like, this is my G.I. Joe mainframe. He represents the demise of the Soviet Union based on their fiscal irresponsibility. My dad recently signed me up for J-Date, which is the online Jewish dating service, yeah. If that's not bad enough, he made me do it with him. Yeah, he was like, all right, Michael, what are your preferences? I'm like, well, I'm a Jew in LA, so tall, blonde hair, and blue eyes. He's like, Michael, this is J-Date, not HitlerYouth.com. Your choices are short, stocky, and brunette, large-nosed, whiny, and pessimistic, and irritating, rude, and money-hungry. I'm like, Dad, those choices are terrible. That sounds like the studio audience for The View. You know what's funny is actually once after I said The View, someone in the back of the room went, fuck The View! And I was like, who's got that much animosity towards The View? Like it's just a TV show. So I asked the person, I'm like, why do you hate The View so much? They're like, because I'm Star Jones. And I'm like, okay. I watch the History Channel a lot, and my favorite show on that channel has to be a show called Ancient Aliens. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. For you guys who don't know, it's a show about ancient alien encounters throughout history. And there's actually an episode called Aliens and the Third Reich. Yeah. And they try to convince you in this episode that aliens helped Nazis build weapons. Yeah. Which just proves my theory that Jews are hated throughout the universe. Just like on an intergalactic level. My dad found my act online, by the way, and he wasn't too happy about it. He sent me an email that was like, subject, repugnant shenanigans. Michael, this is your father, Dr. Bruce R. Magid, PhD. And on the evening of March the 12th, I encountered a video hosting website known as YouTube. On said site, I experienced a man mocking me in an appalling fashion. I was even more perturbed to learn that this man had a blood relationship with myself. I expect said man to cease and desist, or I will be forced to seek legal action. Love, Sarah Lufton, assistant. The clapping is making me feel good, guys, because it's actually made me think about the fact that I've actually accomplished a lot in my life. You know, like professional soccer, professional actor, writer, obviously comedian. I've just never accomplished any of this at a high level, you know? Like, that's never had any success in it, is what I'm trying to say. So what I'm saying is basically, like, I kind of live my life like at a 5, you know, like mediocre to average at best. You know, like I could end this set, you know, with something really great so that you guys would be laughing and cheering and everything like that, but that's not how I live my life. I live my life at 5, you know, so on that note.